So you've watched videos on multiplying and dividing integers, and I want to take dividing integers one more step and look at the concept of a fraction. As you know, a fraction is simply a division problem. So if I had examples of 6 over 3, well, that's equivalent to 2. So that would be a division problem. If I had 10 over 5, that also is equivalent to 2, and that is a division problem. So in this case, I want to talk to you about determining the sign of a division problem when it is a fraction. So if I look at these examples, there are 3 of them. And if you'll notice in each of these, I have 9 over 4. So specifically in this one, there's a negative symbol on top. This can be read negative 9 divided by 4. And we know that when we have a negative divided by a positive, our answer is negative. In this example, I have 9 divided by negative 4. Again, this is a positive divided by a negative, and my answer is also going to be negative. And last, I have negative 9 divided by 4. So if I divided 9 by 4 and got an answer, it's going to be the negative answer. So in this case, 9 divided by 4 could be written as a mixed number or as a decimal of 2.25. So in either case, if I divided this out, I would end up with negative 2.25. Our rule still applies. If we have one negative and one positive, we have an odd number of negative signs, our answer is going to be negative. Here we have this just stated again using variables. So A and B representing any number. In all cases, we see that these are equivalent. So no matter if your negative sign is on the top, if it's on the bottom, or if it's out to the side, just like we saw in our top 3 examples, these are all going to be negative values because we have one negative integer. In this row, you'll see that we add a second negative integer. So not only do we have negative a, but we also have negative b. So a negative divided by a negative is going to give you a positive answer. If you have an even number of negative signs, you have a positive value. In this case, with parentheses separating negative a divided by b, or negative a over b, because this is a negative divided by a positive, what's inside of your parentheses would be negative. But if you notice, this is read as the opposite of what's inside of parentheses. So if I have a negative value inside, if I read that as the opposite of that negative value, the opposite of a negative would be positive. The same would be here because a divided by negative b is negative, so the opposite of a negative would be positive. So in all of these cases, we have 2 negative integers, and if we have an even number of negative integers, then our answer is even.